Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show on WAT Radio and Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. We're here on a gloomy, cold winter day here in downtown Pikeville.
Not real cold, 50.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it has been.
No.
Just gloomy, like the sun has just disappeared and it won't come back. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of wintertime. All we get is gloomy skies and rain. That's all it does.
Seems like we do get a lot of rain.
That's all we get.
But then last year it was a record breaker, so let's start this year off the same way.
How about let's not? I'm tired of it.
Oh, who do you go to stop it?
Well, let's start praying for no more rain for a while.
Instead of praying for rain, pray for no rain.
Give it to people that need it. We don't need any right now.
Did that fire ever go out in California?
Yeah, they need it. They need it a lot more than we do. We've got plenty. I'm tired of it. I'm ready for spring, Papa.
Already?
Yeah, I'm not a wintertime.
I saw snow one day this
guy.
week. I saw snow.
I'd rather it snow than rain.
Oh, yeah.
I really would.
They call school out for snow, but they don't for rain.
Yeah. Well, I hope everybody's having a great day today. Hope you're doing good today. All decked out in red.
Hey, you like my red shirt?
I like it. I like it.
I can be seen from afar.
Yeah, I noticed you right off the bat. Like, there's Papa.
I'm red as far.
You're red as far. You're red as far. You're going to get me cracked up and I'm not going to be able to do these announcements. We have some announcements for you radio listeners and TV viewers. Pikeville Farmers Market spring opening is going to take place on May the 4th, still a ways off. That is a ways off, but they got some things going on though before then, like some Valentine's things. They're going to be, the Main Street Committee will be sponsoring a Valentine's Day basket raffle to support Pikeville's local businesses. Raffle tickets are $1. Local vendors will be providing gift certificates or gift items. Interested vendors, call 931-200-1982. That's 931-200-1982. The raffle will take place on February the 13th. And let me see if they have an update for the location. I don't know if they have that yet. They have a few places in mind for the location, so that is still pending. But as soon as we obviously get that information, we'll let you guys know. Some of the businesses that are going to be involved in this: Kimmy's Chicken Shack, Farmhouse Chandelier and Gift Shop, Scotty's. Carrie Hassler will be doing some crocheting, some of her items. Caroline Oaks, Valentine's t-shirts. Rachel Jane Photography will be involved as well as ILK Drone Photography and Friends Flowers. So we'll keep you posted on this.
That's their first time around deal.
Yeah, definitely. And let's see. Okay, the 16th.
That was yesterday.
Okay, so why?
No, today's 18th.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. It's the 19th, so we're okay. I was about to say, we don't need this announcement, but we do. My bad. Radio listeners, Pikeville Bledsoe Chamber of Commerce presents the 2019 annual meeting and awards banquet. The speaker is Stephanie Boynton, VP, CEO of Erlanger Bledsoe Hospital. This will be on Saturday, January the 19th, starting at 6 p.m. at the Bledsoe County Rescue Squad on the Highway 127 bypass. Reservations, call 447-2791. That's 447-2791, and cost is $15 per attendee. Maybe we're getting an award. Who knows?
You reckon?
That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
I'll take it.
I'll take it too, any day, any
Bible says
day.
it's more blessed to give than to receive, but heck, I don't mind receiving.
It's nice receiving sometimes, isn't
I don't
it?
mind it.
And also this Saturday, start your day off out at the Fall Creek Falls Fire Department breakfast. This Saturday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. out at the Fall Creek Falls Fire Department. They'll have a country breakfast. You can get biscuits and gravy, scrambled eggs, pancakes, hash browns, bacon, sausage, country ham, fried bologna, fresh fruit, and then to drink orange juice, coffee, and milk, and it's $7 a plate.
Well, you know, have you ever noticed all these, wherever they have these meals, Rescue Squad, Veterans Club, all these fire department, Mountain Crest and out there, they don't ever have a city breakfast.
Yeah, it's always a big country breakfast.
It's always a country breakfast.
Yeah.
We live in the country.
They need to have a city slicker breakfast like one day.
You ready for
We're
me?
calling for that now, folks. Somebody out there host a city slicker breakfast.
White eggs are city eggs.
Yeah, there
brown
you
eggs
go.
are country eggs. Country butter is what we use in the country, and oleo is what you use in town.
Right. I mean, we can make this happen, Papa.
We sold we bought country butter from people for 60 cents a pound when I was in the grocery store, in the grocery business. And then we sold it for 60 cents a pound. I wonder how much profit we made. I kid you not. We were glad to get rid of it.
Oh my
So
gosh.
we bought it for 60 to help the people out that had it to sell. Then you had people
You
that
gotta
bought
help
it.
yourselves out too.
That's Myrtle Lee.
Yeah.
I would have, people have been, if they'd bought it from me, they would have been more than 60 cents.
Yeah.
So all you
That
people that
Merle
bought,
was being too generous on that one.
but I bet you can't even buy country butter. You can't even find country butter anymore.
Probably not. Probably not.
It would be made in a little mold, and it'd have a little decorative thing on top, like a flower or a leaf or something. It would be a mold. It would set, and then it would have a design on top of it.
Okay.
Pound of country butter for 60 cents. You can't buy a pound of oil now for 60 cents.
No, you can't buy bubble gum for 60 cents.
Bubble gum was a penny. Bubble gum was a penny when I was born.
Rub it in, Papa.
Open table
Some
at
more.
the Pikeville United Methodist Church.
Those are always good.
They
free.
say, yeah, but they say beat the cold and warm your soul. They're going to have a spaghetti dinner.
Okay.
This is coming up Tuesday.
Okay.
They're going to have a spaghetti dinner complete with your salad and the garlic bread and the dessert, and I'm sure your drink too. So that's located about 2 blocks from here, right here on 127 South, right through the main street of Pikeville. You go down there Tuesday, and you may dine from 11:30 to 12:30. So they only give you an hour, so eat fast. No charge for the meal. There will be no sermon by Greg Smart.
Right.
Be no offering, but they'll give you plenty of friendship and all the food you can eat in 1 hour.
And that's all you can ask
If you have any
for.
questions, ask you to call the Methodist Church, and Greg will answer it. It'll be awesome.
2951.
You're good.
I'm
I
good.
bet you know the telephone number of the
I know the next one by heart.
second
Oh, we got
chance
some
beggar.
sirens going off, some excitement outside, Papa.
Ambulance.
Ambulance. Well, that's not exciting. That could be bad. So,
I just
but
hope no-
something's going on out
I just hope
there.
nobody hit my red car. I've been hit already. I've got to have a transmission.
Well, you are just representing red today.
That's right.
Red car, red shirt. Yeah. It's Christmas. I call you
You're not
Santa
going to
Claus.
believe this. You're not going to believe this, but so help me God. I just went down to Patricia's a while ago. She got her delayed Christmas present. She got a red toaster. She got red skillets, 2 of them. She got red pots. and
What
pans.
is going on with y'all in red?
I'm not kidding. So help me. And I don't know, so much stuff that was red.
What? That's the theme today.
I don't know. Well, that's what she wanted. She wanted red.
Yeah.
But I mean, and then, listen, a complete set of dishes, cups and saucers and plates.
The red.
Red! I went down there and I couldn't believe all that.
Sea of red
You know what I
that you
told
were saying.
I told her she needed a new house. Well,
Did you go down there in your red shirt?
yeah. Okay. The volunteers are waiting for you to call them, because if you've got a pet, a dog or a cat, whatever, don't bring your python.
Don't bring your python.
But they
your
will,
pig
they
or your
will
cow.
assist you about getting the needs that you have for your pet, either spayed or neutered.
Mm-hmm.
So you call 554-4442 and you
right.
leave your message with them as to what you need and when you need it. So
Tell them a good day or a good time to call you back.
they'll get back in touch with you. You just let them know what you need.
And
From there.
okay, and
what is
you
it?
need to prevent a litter, be part of the solution, and fix your critter.
Fix that critter. And go to the Methodist Church Tuesday.
That's right. Open table. All right. Well, it is trivia time. I'm sure you've made them extra hard as usual, per use, every week.
I was asked this week. I taught 4 days this week. I was down there to keep the kids from running away.
Yes.
But
You babysat 4 days this week.
one little boy asked me what trivia meant. Trivial.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
How old was this kid?
Well, I don't know, but explain to me. How would you explain trivial?
Well, I mean, they should know that. It's questions.
should explain that like trivia is like taking a quiz or a test.
Yeah.
It can be about just average knowledge
There you go,
instead
Allie.
of something specific.
But
that
you
you're
can
learning.
approach trivia from another angle.
I'm sure you made it a lot more complicated than it had to be.
Trivial gives you the impression that something is not significant.
Oh.
You follow my drift?
I
That's
do.
one way to approach, but the trivia questions are at random, and I keep telling you that's where I get them from, but they can be on any subject,
Yeah.
and so that's what makes it trivia.
So you explained it to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you made one kid smarter at least.
I didn't look up the meaning in the dictionary, by the way. Okay. I'm going to give you one word, and it starts with an R. I want you to give me the mate. I want to give you rave. You give me the first word that goes with rave.
Rant.
Rant and rave. Very
Ranting and
good.
raving.
Very good.
I do a lot of ranting and raving.
I'll have to put that bit. I got one right. Okay. 2 common sounds that you hear from the meadow. 3-letter sounds.
Why is it going to be 3-letter? Yeah, moo's a good one.
Moo is one. What else goes?
don't know.
Makes a sound with
Oink.
3 letters.
That's 4.
Meow, bark,
Far off.
Nay.
What?
Nay.
neigh.
No, that's Neigh.
I don't know.
Well, why is it going to be 3? I hate it when you do the 3-letter stuff.
That means you got to be specific in your answer.
Yeah, I don't
Because
like
horses
that.
are out in the field. I realize that, but also sheep are.
So you got the bye.
All right, it's 3 letters. Now you wouldn't get this in under in a million years because it happened before 1980. But there was a baseball
Well, I'm
player.
going to cheat and see if Allie knows.
Great baseball
Crap at
player, one of
sports,
the
you
greatest
won't.
in history. He was called the Say Hey Kid because they'd say, "Hey," I'm gonna give you his first name. "Hey Willie, what's up? What do you say?" He'd say hey. They called him the
said, "Say."
Say Hey Kid.
What's
I
so
gave you his
great
first
about
name,
him?
Willie. You never heard of him. He did
Give me
all
a
the-
clue of his last name.
Played for the Giants.
Give me a better clue than that. What does it start with?
M.
Willie M.
He caught a ball. Caught a ball one time running away from home plate with his glove out like this, and it landed right in his glove.
When did he play?
Back in the 50s and 60s.
Well, I do not know the answer.
I know you know. Willie Mays. I don't know why I put that in.
Willie Mays. I've heard that name.
You have
Now
to
you
hear
say
it.
it.
He's a
Yeah.
great ball player. Great ball player.
Okay.
One of the greatest. Okay, but I won't give you enough of that old. A piece of long, flat timber is called a. You can go up sale and buy them 6 foot long, 8 foot long, 10 foot long, 12 foot long, 14 foot long. What do you call that flat piece of timber?
Plywood.
It can be 8 inches wide or 6 inches wide. Plank. It's called a plank.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
good. That's a guess.
Well, that is perfect trivia.
Yeah.
All right. The Swiss peaks
The Swiss who? The Alps,
or the
yeah.
Alps.
Never heard of them as
They're
okay.
very, very famous as mountains go.
They are.
They are.
That's true.
Carolyn, when we went to out west, she said the Tetons were the most beautiful thing she saw. Tetons.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Okay, the name associated with the cotton gin. You had to study in history. Who invented the
We
cotton
did.
gin? Who invented it?
Allie, I need help. Lifeline.
There's not but one person invented the cotton gin.
Lifeline. And she's not helping me. Allie, who made gin?
Cotton gin.
Who made cotton gin?
Eli Whitney.
Mom, really?
I was on the 3-letter thing.
You would have to know, if you ever studied history, who invented the cotton gin.
I must have skipped that day. Or
I bet you
something.
don't even know who invented the elevator.
I don't. Is that the next question? Because I'm going to get it wrong too.
But I've got that down. It's in a lot of my crossword puzzles. Okay, the name of the toy dog is a
Poodle.
toy dog. You've got 4 so far. or
That's
5.
more. That's easier. Though some of those.
You got 5. Okay, a surf maker in the ocean. What causes the surf?
The tide.
The tide. Very good. I thought you'd say
What,
a
yeah.
wave.
Well, a
I was
wave
gonna say,
does
well,
too.
What made the wave? You know.
Oh yeah, you would have.
Technically the moon, but it's whatever.
40 winks is a word for
Where
it.
was you at when I needed the answer to gin? Dang it!
That was a hard one.
It was.
I thought you studied history, you know. Okay,
Did we?
a 40 winks would be called a
40 winks.
40
A
winks.
blink.
no. What do you call it? You say, well, I think I need 40 winks.
Oh, now. Oh.
Thank you, Billy.
Oh, well, I didn't
It's
know
not
what.
so hard when you get to think about it, is it?
Well, just the way you were explaining it. 40 winks. That's
Now,
so
this
random.
is debatable, but I want you to tell me what you think our largest reptile is in the world.
Crocodile,
I first thought,
alligator, python.
well, alligator and the croc are related, but they say the crocodile's longer. But we've got a record, we've got it on record that there is a python that's been measured at 27 feet. I don't think.
I believe it. I believe it. Them things get huge. And you see videos sometimes of pythons even eating alligators. I mean, it's crazy.
Did I talk about
crazy.
that last week?
You did.
It showed a picture on the front of this magazine that they had in that class of that snake trying to swallow that alligator and that alligator trying to eat that snake.
Yeah. And they killed each other.
Pandemonium.
They both died.
That's what you call what happens when an irresistible force meets an immovable object.
That's
Which
right.
one's going to win?
Neither.
If it's immovable, it can't be moved.
Right.
And if it's irresistible, I don't know.
I think they both lost.
The article did not say which one won. It just showed
Well, the
snake
video that I saw, they both died. They both died.
Well, I bet they would, because that snake could. But you know that snake, they had a record where it had swallowed a deer.
I believe it.
Deer.
I hate snakes.
Oh, I do too.
Just hate them.
But I don't hate them as much as Paula.
Yeah, she hates them.
Okay, the world's greatest river, not longest,
The Amazon.
the Amazon. Boy, you're on a roll today.
Well, I mean, it was a guess, but that's a pretty famous river.
Let me tell you why it's the world's greatest river. 58 billion gallons go through it every second.
Gosh.
58
crazy.
billion gallons is emptied into the ocean by that one river. And then all the other rivers, like the Sequatchie here, The Sequatchie winds up in the sea. It goes into the Tennessee goes into Ohio, and Ohio goes into Mississippi, and Mississippi goes into the ocean.
Now that's crazy to think about, isn't it?
Okay, but listen, stop and think. 58 billion gallons in that one river per second, 24 hours a day. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes, yet the ocean is not full.
I know, that's amazing.
Where does that water come from? Where does it go?
You answer that.
Okay, here's my answer. Here's my answer. When this earth was formed, the amount of water that was placed here then has never changed. There's not been one drop of water added to the initial input.
Okay.
It's the same amount of water. It just keeps on rotating.
Yeah. Okay.
And I tell the kids at school, that water you're drinking right now, somebody else drank it before you did. They don't like me.
How about they don't like that?
Okay, we got one more.
Okay.
What is a husky's burden? In Alaska.
Lifeline.
What is a husky? What is his job?
Maybe she knows.
Has to
Pull
a what?
the sled.
Sled.
Okay,
A
thank you.
husky's job is to pull a sled.
I didn't know if there was a tongue to that.
Those men that have those huskies, that depend on them to pull that sled, they take good care of their huskies.
Yes, they do. They do. That's true.
That's trivia, and I believe that's the best you've ever done.
That's not true. I've got them all right before, folks. And the viewers and listeners both know that.
Well, you only missed 3.
Yeah, and the 3 were kind of hard.
Well, you should not have known Willie Mays. I should not have put that in there. I apologize. I apologize.
I'll accept your apology.
First mistake I ever made.
All right, we'll come up after the break, folks. It's sports of all sorts. That's coming up next right here on the Albert and Billy Show. Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show. It's time for sports of all sorts. It's time to talk about how bad of a coach Holly Warlick is. She set us to all-time lows.
Really?
Like, how long do you let the dummy coach, former, grow a pair and do your job?
I want to ask you a question. Do you think you're the only person that feels this way?
No, I know I'm not. They're wanting to do petitions to get her out now. They should.
I wonder how many signatures you'd have to have, though, to make it valid.
I don't know. They'd probably get it, though.
Well, I don't know.
After last night, especially.
Okay, last night. Let's just
four straight now.
Okay. But last night made the 4 in a row. Mm-hmm. And it was against Alabama.
A terrible team that has now beaten the Lady Vols 5 straight times.
Well,
after Tennessee had beaten them 42 straight times.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
Our record, meantime, still stands at 12 wins, and there were, 5 losses?
1 and 4 in conference play. Worst start ever.
That's the difference. SEC play is a different universe. It's not playing Tom,
these
Dick,
cupcakes that Holly plays in the preseason.
Yeah. You got to the SEC wars it's a war. Mm-hmm. It's a war.
You have to actually run plays to win. And
actually,
they play street ball. I'd like to know some of the plays that she calls.
What I don't understand is this idea of playing away from home in the SEC, you're just about as short of a loss. If
when you have Holly Warlick as coach, you are.
I mean,
you're sure of a loss at home.
aside from Holly Warlick, to play in the SEC away from home, that other team has a 10-point spread on you before the game starts.
Usually.
Well, the crowd, the fans, the hostile atmosphere, the booing. There's just a lot of factors that go into getting a win on the road. It's hard to do. It's
not going to happen with her. It's not.
Well,
Like, if Fulmer doesn't do something, then he's brain dead. He is a complete idiot.
Okay, now where do you think the 12-5 record puts us in the top 25 standings?
We won't be in there no more after last night.
I don't believe we will.
But she done broke that record 2 years ago. We had a streak with that too, but she done broke it.
Well,
There's not many records left that Tennessee has.
well, this one before last night. We had to go back to, it would have been 33 years since we'd lost 3 in a row.
Now it's 49 years.
Now, that's hard to believe.
I know it. It's hard to believe somebody could stink it up that bad.
You've got to figure.
And I don't feel sorry for her. I don't. You're loaded with All-Americans. You don't have excuses. You wanted this job. You've had 7 years. Get out. While you have some dignity left, step aside.
Aside from last night, the previous game, we only had one player in double figures. Well, that's indicative to me that
Last night was worse.
But there's something wrong. So then last night, instead of bringing the ship back up to floating status, no, we've got the ship sinking further down.
That's right.
So the coach has got to be the one. The coach has got to step in and say, "Bad on me."
And she never does that. I've never once heard her take accountability for anything. I don't like that.
It does not bode well.
No. She's really in the doghouse now. She is. I don't see them keeping her after this year.
It was not in the paper today to read what sports writers wrote.
Yeah, because it's too late. But I can't wait to see tomorrow.
Tomorrow, you will get a chance to read what the Chattanooga sports writers that follow that beat in K-Town.
Rocky Top News done wrote something before this game even was played after the 3 straight losses and said it's time. It's time for her to go. Yeah.
Well, now, we can't talk football too much, but...
No, because that's still not got fixed. He's made some good hires, but we'll have to see how it goes.
But we're standing at number 16 in the country as far as recruiting. So number 16. And you got to admit, his hire...
It is a good one.
Coordinator is going to be a good one.
But I'm not getting my hopes up anymore until they do something.
I believe we will improve over last year.
I hope so. We need to desperately.
We better.
Yes.
Okay, but now, on the subject of football, how about Jalen Hurts? Did you hear about that?
Jalen who?
Jalen Hurts.
Oh, Alabama.
He used to be quarterback.
He transferred, didn't he?
Where'd he go?
I don't know yet.
Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
Here's the thing. Mr. Hurts played the role of being Mr. Nice Guy all year long. Losing his status as number 1 quarterback. You got to admit the guy's good that took his place.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's any better than him.
But when the playoffs came, the first opponent Alabama had to play was
Oklahoma.
Mr. Hurts got to run the ball one time. He got to pass the ball one time. He got to catch the ball one time. The next time these two teams play, if they are in the playoffs next year,
he'll be their quarterback.
Jalen Hurts will be playing against Alabama, not against Oklahoma. And I'll guarantee you there'll be more than 3 touches.
Yeah, I guarantee it too. I think it's funny. I like it.
It is. I think
I'm tired of Alabama.
Interesting. It's interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, now what about Tennessee basketball?
That is the only thing Tennessee fans have to get excited about anymore is the men's basketball. Nothing else.
Well,
they're terrible at everything else besides softball.
Last Saturday, we got win number 14. And we had some even scoring. We had 4 in double figures, I believe. Lamonte Turner he's been giving him a few more minutes per game. And he scored, 14, 15 points in just 19 minutes. So as he gets more playing time, he's going to have more of an effect on the scoring of the game in its totality. But you've already got Williams and Schofield and the two Jordans and Bone. They've been doing a real good job of distributing the scoring.
Yes.
But most of it's been on the shoulders of Grant Williams and Admiral Schofield. And the others have been playing their role to perfection.
Yes, they have.
So now
They're fun to watch. They
now
are.
Tennessee comes along and they play a game this week. And they win 106 to 87. All right. Would you be tickled to death to have a win where your team scored 106 points? Okay, I would too. But we won the first half.
Right.
They won the second half.
Well, we let up a little bit though.
Well, I didn't see it in the players on the floor.
Yeah.
You think the mercy rule went into effect and we thought, well, we're not going to beat them all that bad. Bless their heart. We'll let them win. No.
I just think
That's not in your
sometimes
blood.
when you get ahead like that, though, you kind of let up a little bit.
What I'm saying is this. Rick Barnes has no gray hairs that I can see.
Right.
But if I'm Rick Barnes and my team that scored offensively 106 points and defensively gave up 87, I'd be worried. Because there's something wrong if your team allows 87 points to be scored against you in the SEC.
Yeah, he's concerned about the defense. It was a very high-scoring game. It
was
just
a high-scoring game, but not in the first half. We contained them in the first half.
Yeah.
And you're saying that they just let up? You think that's
I'm just
the
saying
reason?
sometimes that happens. You think you've got a big lead and
so you
just get
don't put out as
overconfident.
much?
Yeah.
Overconfident?
Yeah.
Let's hope you're right.
It happens a lot.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you'll see teams with a 20-point lead, and then that other team will start coming back. You see what I'm saying? They get a little too comfortable.
It happens. It happens. And you think that's the reason. You can trace it back to...
No, I'm just saying it could be that.
Well, also, sometimes that team that's behind, they start chipping away. They've got a little more confidence.
Exactly.
And say that other team starts missing all of a sudden. And so you think, hey, we're going to win this.
That's right. That's right.
So momentum can shift either way.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you.
I think they're in good hands either way. Holly can't destroy them.
Well, what are them, 15-1 now? 15-1? I would think that Tennessee has the possibility, even though they're number 3 in the land,
To win it all.
I think they can go up higher in the rankings. I really do.
I do too.
All right. Golf. I know you don't want to talk about golf. But yesterday, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because of Phil Mickelson. I told you when Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods squared off in this game that won, the winner got $10 million.
Oh, yeah.
That's for the bird.
What a crock.
But I've said I thought at that time that both those players were past their peak. And there's no really no reason for people to watch them.
Right.
But yesterday in California, in the Desert Classic, Phil Mickelson flirting with a 59, and it's never been done. He carded a 60. He's played 2,077 rounds of golf in his lifetime. He never shot a 60 before. He's 47 years old.
That's good. Golf, you can play to your dang 70. I mean, golf is not like other sports.
47. I don't know how old he is. But anyway, he's won 5 majors. And that's not anything to be bragging about, but he's won a lot of tournaments.
It's not too shabby, though, either. Yeah.
Well, he's got 43 wins, but only 5 majors. But what I'm saying is, here Abbott wrote him off and said he's past his peak.
And then he does that. He showed
and then he
you.
shot a 60. Okay, now will you talk about tennis?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about tennis.
Australian Open.
Australian, I knew you would.
The Land Down Under. Yeah, that's going on this week.
How do you rate the Australian Open versus U.S. Open and the British Open?
Wimbledon and
Wimbledon.
French. Well, Wimbledon is a British Open.
Okay.
You're back on golf again. I think they're all about the same now because they're all equally as important. They all have about the same prize money now. So you want to win one of those 4 slams. Used to it'd be Wimbledon, but now they're about all equal.
Back many years ago.
But they do still dream of winning Wimbledon because it's the oldest of all.
It's the oldest. But it seemed to me like there was a period of time there where some of our great tennis players came from Australia. Rod Laver.
Yeah, Rod Laver Arena, they play. That's the big court at the Australian Open.
But there were some more players that were from Australia too.
Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal are still in it.
They're still in it. Sharapova's still around. The Williams sisters.
The Williams sisters are both in it.
They're still in it. But Federer and Nadal, there's not been any upsets really.
Not yet. Both sides are looking pretty solid right now. Let's see, I was trying to think. Now, the number 1 seed on the women's side did have a scare, but she survived it. And it was an American girl that about beat her.
How do you pronounce her name?
Simona Halep.
Halep. And she won.
She's coached from an Australian, Darren Cahill, former player.
Already?
And she struggled. She made like 4 Grand Slam finals before she ever won one. And he's the one that really helped her, get over that hump and finally win a major. She won the French Open last year.
I'd say after you win one, get it under your belt and get it in your system.
Yeah.
Then it kind of drives you.
Yeah, it would, and probably wouldn't be so pressured to win one.
And the way things work out, even though Phil Mickelson is still doing well at his age, in tennis, age shows quicker. And I'm surprised the Williams sisters are still doing as well as they're doing at their age.
Federer, too.
Well, yeah, Federer.
But, yeah, so tennis, it's going that route, too, Venus is 38. Serena is 37 and just had a baby, Federer is 37. But they're playing great.
Okay, Andy Murray's already kind of.
Well, his hip, he just can't.
He's on the back burner now. But these, I think Federer and Nadal. I don't see anybody beating.
No. Well, if somebody has a chance, it's Djokovic. He's good too.
Yeah, he's still.
I think it'll be one of those 3 that win, and the women's is wide open.
And you know what? They could still have their finger in the pie 2 or 3 more years down the road.
Oh yeah.
5.
I could see it. The way they're playing.
I like tennis.
I do too. I like to play.
I remember when I taught you how. That's been 100 years ago.
Yeah.
You're not that old.
At the ballpark. And now you can't even play there. We got to get tennis courts in this county, folks.
They don't.
We got to.
What happened to them?
Oh,
They just let
you
go.
can't play them. They were let go. You can't play on them.
Have to resurface.
They just have to go to Fall Creek Falls or Mount Airy if you want to play tennis locally. And that needs to change. We got to do something about that. I think they're working on it. They need to. There should be a tennis court to play on.
When Carol and I got married and we moved back here from the north, I set out to get some tennis courts down there. And we got them.
Oh, good.
Of course, dirt courts.
Yeah.
So we got up backstop and got up a net. And
I would like to play on clay. I've never played on clay.
Yeah, I would like to play.
Yeah. You'd have to get used to the sliding.
Yeah. But we had
I played on
I was still young then. I was just 18. But we'd have to stand around sometimes and let the men of town take over after they got off work. Hayden Wilson over here, the Ford Motor Company, and Dr. Smith, and some of the Jimmy Robertson and Clark Conrad, some of the older men around town that used to play tennis, they had a court now to play on.
Yeah.
And they would, whenever they came and made their presence felt, you got the message, get out of the way, boys.
I bet. Well, we got to bring that back. That should be an option. There should be a tennis court.
I think there should be one down down there around the
Where you
track.
live?
Yeah, somewhere over there.
I think it'd be a perfect area
I
for
do
it.
too.
Well, we need to make that happen, folks. We need
Right in
to make
between
that
the
happen.
walking track.
There you go. I know Greg Forgy has an idea.
Oh, Greg Forgy and Dan Collard, they
love it.
tremendous.
Well, me and Greg talked about it many times. I mean, he's trying to get something done about that so we can have some tennis courts.
Well, you need some support from your government.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
I think they're on board. I think it's maybe trying to get a grant for it. I'm not sure.
Well, it'd have to be a grant. How many people would be willing to pay more on their taxes? People don't play tennis. People don't play tennis wouldn't want to.
No. Yeah, that'd be like tough. You know what? Get over it. Yeah.
Okay, that's all I have for sports.
All right. Well, coming up, good old Albertology. That's next on the Albert and Billy Show. Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. It's time for Papa's favorite part of the show, Albertology.
Well, I enjoy sports.
I know you do.
And I like trivia.
I know you do.
I'm glad we just got 3 categories.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to keep up with is 3.
That's right.
Heck, I'm the one came up with the 3. Okay, these are from Lala, and I've got probably 10 more pages of hers.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm going to limit it to 2 per episode.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
She says, and I don't know where she gets her information. I believe she just got a smart mind.
I do too.
What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us.
True.
Smart. The one time a windshield wiper will work properly is when it's holding a parking ticket. I like that.
That's pretty good, Lala.
When tempted to fight fire with fire, we need to remember firefighters use water. You ever heard that?
I've never heard that one.
Fight fire with fire.
Oh yeah, I've heard that a lot. Yeah.
It's easier to preach 10 sermons than to live one.
Yeah. True.
It's a lot easier to give advice than set the role model.
I agree with that.
A dog who attends a flea circus may wind up stealing the show. These are turned out to be jokes.
I know.
All right, that's all of that page.
Okay.
Like branches on a tree, we grow in different directions, yet our roots remain as one. That's serious. She believed she could, so she did. A lot of what we accomplish has to do with our self-esteem.
I agree.
Young people, if they have self-esteem, it helps them to fight off some of the problems they're going to encounter along the way. And if you don't have good self-esteem, it can push you down further.
Oh yeah.
You can lead a human to knowledge, but you can't make him think.
No. Never heard it like that, but I've heard you can leave them to a well and you can't make them drink.
I've heard that. Paula, listen to this one. Did you know chocolate makes your clothes shrink? I want Paula to hear that one. If a woman speaks and no one is listening, that person is usually a mom. Don't take life too seriously. It's not like you're going to get out alive.
Wow.
A baby said this, glad to be out. I was running out of womb. W-O-M. That's good.
That was good. Good.
I'm going to start a series pretty soon on something that I think is very interesting, but I'm finishing up on my thumbnail sketches of some famous people. These are just thumbnail sketches. Okay. Thomas Edison today. I want you to listen, you viewers, I'm going to tell you something you probably do not know. This man's name is Thomas Edison. We know what he's most famous for. But he only had 3 weeks of public education. 3 weeks. And then his mother gave him some schooling at home.
Okay.
But he patented 1,093 inventions.
Gosh.
With only 3 weeks public education. But he totally revolutionized the fabric of modern civilization as we think of it. The contributions he made. He began work at age 15 as a telegraph operator. And so he invented the automatic telegraph, the message printer, which enabled his career to become what we'd call a full-time inventor. That's what he spent his time doing. Next came
he was mighty good at it.
vote recorder, the stock ticker that's so active on Wall Street. He hired a staff to help him build things in his New Jersey factory.
Okay.
And in the next 50 years in that factory, his ideas led to improvement in everything from cement plants to plate glass, typewriters, dry cell batteries, phonographs, talking motion pictures. It was Edison for us to thank for the electron tube, the technology for radio, television, and x-rays. His company was called the Edison Electric Light Company. Today, it's General Electric.
Oh, okay.
That's how I want people to listen. It's General Electric today. He introduced the incandescent light in 1879.
Gosh.
And during World War I, he was a consultant to the United States Navy. He came up with a ship-to-ship operation of where they could talk to one another. He was he came up with a defensive system against the German submarines called the U-boats. His last patent was in 1930. Helped Henry Ford and Firestone develop a process to provide a domestic rubber source. The Ford Motor Company and the tire company together benefited by his inventions. But he died at 84 with diabetes. That's
okay. I didn't know that either.
All right. Mickey Mantle. Now you heard of Mickey Mantle?
I've heard of Mickey Mantle.
But see, I got to see him in his heyday. He signed with the Yankees for $140 a week back when he was in high school. In 1951, he came to the Yankees to replace Joe DiMaggio, one of the greatest hitters of all time. One of his home runs was measured 565 feet. They think it might be the longest home run ever. They won.
Think that would be broke by now.
You was talking about the Yankees. They won 12 pennants while he was playing. They won 7 World Series. He was the most valuable player 3 different times. In '56, he won the Triple Crown with 353 batting average, 52 home runs, and 130 RBIs.
Gosh.
He retired in 1969 with 536 home runs, but alcoholism plagued him. He had to have a liver transplant. He only lasted 60 days after they transplanted his liver. He died at 63. Alcoholic.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
He got to play.
I think the new liver would have lasted longer than 60 days, though. So you'd think, anyway.
Your body's got to take them. You got to receive them.
Well, yeah. True.
Okay, Roger Maris. He and Mantle played on the same team, but he got to the majors in '57 with Cleveland. He got to the Yankees in 1960. He hit 2 home runs first game he came up to bat. In '61. Maris and Mantle had a slugfest to see which one trying to beat each other to the mark of 60 home runs that Babe Ruth had set. They wanted to hit 61. Ruth set his record with a 154-game schedule. The scheduling now goes 162 games while they're playing. So on the last day of 1961's world baseball season, Roger Maris hit home run number 61. He broke Babe Ruth's record, and it had stood for I don't know how many years.
Long time.
37 years. 37 years. The next season, after hitting 61 home runs, he only hit 33. He was traded to the Cardinals, retired 2 years later, and he died at 57 with cancer.
Gosh.
And he never got to the Hall of Fame, and he's the one that broke the home run record that Babe Ruth set. You see?
Wow.
The next year he would drop down to 33 home runs.
Yeah, that is a big drop off.
Jesse Owens. You wouldn't remember Jesse Owens. Well, I wouldn't either, except I've read about him. In 1936, in the Olympics, he won 4 gold medals in one day in front of Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler was one that was going to build a super race. And here he had a black athlete in Germany to win 4 gold medals in one day.
And he done that in front of him. Wow.
In front of Adolf Hitler. Because, see, it was over there, and Hitler was going to show the world his superpower race, his superhuman beings. He received the Medal of Freedom, which is the highest civilian award that you can get. But he died of lung cancer at 66. Jackie Robinson. This will be the last sports person. He was the grandson of a slave. He stepped on the field at first base to play for the Brooklyn Dodgers on April the 5th, 1947. That's when I became a Dodger fan. 1947. He broke the color barrier at the urging of Branch Rickey. He was the general manager of the Dodgers. He had played college at UCLA, had played in the Negro Leagues. They had their own crowds, boisterous crowds, had fans everywhere. But when Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier and joined Major League Baseball, the hordes of black people came to be Dodger fans too, because they had a black person playing against the white people, and they were tickled to death. Well, Jackie Robinson had to put up with baseball players that didn't like him. They would try to spike him. He had to put up with boos and jeers, and he had a hard time. But Branch Rickey told him when he signed him what trouble he was going to run into.
Yeah,
he said, you're going to have thick skin.
Yes.
Well, Jackie Robinson, on the field, won the hearts of the fans of the Dodgers and the players. He only had one friend on the team, and that was Pee Wee Reese. All the other players were against him. They didn't want a black man to be playing with him either.
Maybe that changed, though, over time.
He could steal home plate, and that year he became Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
With all the opposition he had. But Jackie had diabetes, and he died at 57.
Gosh, they all died young.
Some of these people that I will be talking about, you will find out that many of them die young.
Yeah.
Well, I can't explain why, but that.
Yeah.
And I got this week at school.
What?
Well, yesterday.
Did you?
I worked with the special education children at high school yesterday. I wrote this down.
Okay.
When is it okay to interrupt adults when they're talking? 6 reasons. 6 reasons.
Now, first off, though, you wrote this. Were these things that they said to you?
No.
Okay.
I got it off the wall. They had pictures displaying each of these 6 reasons that you can interrupt an adult when they're talking.
Oh, well, okay.
They only gave 6 reasons. And here's their first reason. When aliens are invading. That should be number 1. Number 2, when the classroom is flooding.
Yeah.
They have pictures on the wall showing each of these. Number 3, when you're on fire. Number 4, when a tornado hits. Number 5, when Wonder Woman comes into the classroom. I've got a picture of Wonder Woman. And I've got a picture that I drew of Wonder Woman. I have a feeling I'll take it down there.
You should. You should.
And number 6, when the cows come home. Okay.
I like that.
Got time for some jokes now?
We always have time for jokes.
I want you to listen to this video. A 16-year-old boy came home with a Ford F-150. Brand new. His mother looked at him as he drove into the driveway. His dad drops his teeth.
Drops his what?
His teeth. His son's driving an F-150. Brand new. He pulled in the driveway. They don't know what's going on. Where did you get that truck? His mother said. I bought it today. Listen to this. With what money? Said the dad. Knowing that that truck costs thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. With my money. And they look at him, and he said it only cost $15.
What?
His parents can't believe he's pulling a trick on them.
Yeah,
Just a joke.
Something's not right about that.
Who would sell a truck for $15, said the mother. The lady up the street, said the boy. I don't know her name. They just moved in. She saw me riding past on my bicycle. She asked me if I wanted to buy a new Ford F-150 truck for $15. And I said, sure. Oh my goodness, said the mother. Maybe she's mentally ill. Or she's got dementia. Yeah. John, you better go up and see what's going on. So the boy's father walks up the street to the house where the woman lives and finds her out in the yard, calmly planting petunias. He introduces himself as the father of the boy that bought the truck. And he said, I would like to know why you sold my son a truck for $15.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear this one.
She said, well, 2 days ago, my husband left on a business trip. Yesterday, I got a phone call from his boss and found out that he really ran off to Hawaii with his secretary. Oh, I'm so sorry, the father says, but what does that have to do with my son and a $15 truck? Well, this morning, she said, my husband called and said he was stranded because he had been robbed of his wallet with all of his credit cards and cash. He told me to sell the new F-150 and send me the money, so I did. Did she get her just due?
She sure did. That was good.
Way to go, woman.
That was good.
And my advice to you men, if you run off somebody's secretary, you better hold on to your credit cards.
Yeah. Better take your truck with you.
All right, this one.
That was good.
A Georgia state trooper pulled a car over on I-75 about 2 miles north of Macon.
Okay.
When the trooper asked the driver why he was speeding, the driver said he was a magician and a juggler. He was on his way to Atlanta to do a show for a children's hospital, and he didn't want to be late.
Right.
The trooper said to the driver, well, I like juggling. If you'll do a little juggling for me, I won't give you a ticket. And he said to the trooper, well, all my equipment has gone on ahead. I don't have anything with me to juggle. The trooper said he had some flares in the trunk of his car.
Yeah.
Could you juggle those flares? And the juggler said, yeah, I'll do that. So the trooper got out 5 flares and lit them and handed them to the entertainer. So while the man is juggling 5 lit flares, the car pulls up behind the trooper's car.
Uh-oh.
And the person that was in that car is watching the exhibition. And he just walks,
probably thinking, what in the world's going on here?
he walks over to the trooper's car, opens the door, and just gets in. And the trooper watches him, and he went over and asked the good old boy, he was kind of walking a little crooked,
Right.
what are you doing? And the guy said, well, you might as well take me, and I can't pass the kind of surprise test.
He knew he was done. He was a goner on that.
There's no way I can.
Let's hear 2 more.
All right. A man had left home for his doctor's appointment. When the wife saw on the news that someone was driving down the interstate in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh.
So she knew that her husband was taking that route. And so she called him and said, "Honey, there's a car going in the wrong direction." "It's worse than that," he told her. "They're all going in the wrong direction." You think she understood?
I think she did. She probably said, "You idiot, it's you."
Okay. This one is cute. Deep
Okay.
in the backwoods of Kentucky, a
Okay.
hillbilly's wife went into labor in the middle of the night. The doctor was called out to assist with the delivery.
Right.
And since there was no electricity back in the backwoods of Kentucky, the doctor handed the father-to-be a lantern and said, "Here, you hold this high so I can see what I'm doing."
Yeah.
Soon a baby boy was brought into the world.
Right.
"Hang on," said the doctor. "I think there's another one coming." Sure enough, he's holding the lantern up high. Sure enough, within a few minutes, he delivered a baby girl. "Wait," exclaimed the doctor. "Keep the lantern up. I think there's another one." Within a few minutes, he's delivered a third baby.
Good grief.
"I believe there's another one coming here again now." And the hillbilly scratched his head in bewilderment and asked the doctor, "You reckon it might be this light that's attracted him?"
I'm surprised the hillbilly just didn't take the lantern and run off. Say the heck with this. Well, those were really good. Those were really good. You outdone yourself today, Paul.
Oh, I enjoyed those.
Well, thanks for listening to us on WUAT Radio and watching on Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. Be sure to tune in next week for another edition of the Albert and Billy Show.
Good night, folks.